guys, how's it going? Today's video is going to be my current everyday makeup routine slash look. This is what I've been doing on a daily basis. It takes me under 20 minutes to do this whole thing, so for me that's pretty good. It gets me out the door quickly in the morning. And yeah, before we jump into the video, I just want to quickly say thank you so much for your patience. I know that I haven't posted a video in a while, and some of you have been wondering if I'm okay or where I have been and all that, and you guys are so sweet. It always is crazy to me that people notice when I haven't posted videos, but thank you so much for noticing. I'm totally good, just busy with work. I've been out of town a lot, just kind of one of those crazy months, but now I'm going to be back on track to posting regularly and filming regularly, and I'm really excited about it because I have lots of cool, good ideas for videos coming up here, so yes. Again, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And yeah, this is my current everyday makeup routine. Let's jump into it. Alright, I'm starting off with the L'Oreal Hydra Genius. This is a moisturizer, but you guys, I've been using it every single day as a primer, and let me tell you, it is amazing. I noticed on the ingredients list that dimethicone is super high up, and so that is what is in so many primers out there. So I have been using this every single day, and it has a really, really nice kind of gel-like consistency to it. So I'm just going to put that on my skin with my fingers, and it has quite a strong fragrance to it. I quite like it because I find it very refreshing, and especially in the morning kind of gives my skin a nice little boost to wake it on up. But if you are someone who's very sensitive to scents, this is definitely something I would avoid. I got the one for normal to dry skin, but oh my gosh, it is so enjoyable to use. So I let that moisturizer, that primer sink into my skin for a couple minutes, and now I'm going to go in with foundation. I have been loving stick foundations lately. I've been going back and forth between these two. This is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear Makeup Stick, and then this is the NYX Mineral Stick Foundation, and I really have been just going back and forth. I think that these are super, super similar products, so if you're wanting to save a little bit of money, I would go with the NYX one. So yeah, since I've used the Lancome one on my channel before, I think we will go in with the NYX one today. Mine is in the shade 02, and what I love about stick foundations is that it is just super easy. So I just do a few stripes on my cheeks, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead, across my chin, and actually on my chin I do a little bit more potent coverage. What? Opaque coverage. Because I do have some things on there that I like to cover up, and what I just like about this is that oftentimes in the morning I don't have time to be running to the sink wetting a beauty blender. I know that is a very short amount of time, but sometimes I truly don't have the time. So I like to just use a brush to blend it all in. And what I like again about this foundation is that I don't necessarily need to set this with a powder. So a little bit goes quite a long way too, and it just blends into the skin super nicely. So that is the foundation on and all blended in. I love that my skin still looks like skin. It is not a super full coverage foundation by any means. I can still see some imperfections kind of peeking through, but on a day-to-day basis, I'm actually not too concerned about that. We're just gonna roll with it. And then for concealer for my under eyes, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. I love this stuff, as you guys know. It is super brightening, and I think it really helps to balance out a medium coverage foundation. And actually, if I haven't got a beauty blender wet, I will just use my brush for my concealer, but I already had this one damp, so I am just using this guy. But yeah, I really like that Maybelline concealer can also be blended out with a brush, because like I said, sometimes, you guys, the beauty blender step just does not happen. To set that under eye area, I am quickly going to go into my NYX contouring palette and take the vanilla shade and the light yellowish shade. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Lancome Star Bronzer. This is a matte bronzer, but it actually has the most beautiful kind of satin look on the skin. And I like that it is, quite neutral. It's not cool, it's not overly warm, so it works perfectly to bronze, but also to do a little bit of contouring, which on a day-to-day basis, that is what I do. I just do bronzing and contouring as one step just to save some time. And I also just quite like the way it looks. And then for blush, I'm taking the NYX Ombre blush. This is in Strictly Chic. I have been using this literally every day. I cannot get enough of it. I just think that it is the prettiest kind of natural peachy tone, and I just think especially for this time of year, it is so beautiful. So I kind of just like dip my brush directly into the area where the gradient kind of changes, just to get a nice little depth with the blush. And I'm gonna brush a little bit of that onto my cheeks, and I just think that it truly looks so natural yet just absolutely beautiful. I was actually reading Glamour and they were saying that this is like their blush of the year, and I was like, yes, I totally agree with that. I don't always do this step, but if I have an extra minute, I will do some liquid illuminating. This is the Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid Illuminating Highlighter in 100. I love, love, love this because I find that you can actually put it on top of powder products and it doesn't mess up your foundation or anything like that. So what I like to do is just take a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I actually will take a little Beauty Blender sponge dealio and just go on the high points of my cheeks. I just like doing this because I find that it allows my highlighter to last extra long throughout the day, and this specific shade is like a pinky champagne shade, which is just what I love in a highlighter, and a little bit just goes a long way. And if you do it like this, it's quite subtle. The Beauty Blender soaks up a little bit of it, and if you want something a little bit more intense, I would recommend using like a little stippling brush. And then right over top of that, I'm going to go into my Strobe of Genius highlighting palette, and I'm going to take the lightest vanilla shade and a little bit of this golden kind of champagne shade and go on the tops of my cheekbones just to really kind of amp it up a bit. You know how it is. I love, love how this foundation dries down matte. This foundation, I did not put powder on anywhere on my face, and everything went on super nicely, and it wasn't like patchy or anything like that. So if you are looking for a foundation that has a matte finish, I'd say like a natural matte finish, and you don't have to set it with a powder, I would highly recommend this one. The Lancome one actually also does that as well, so either one of these. I am just going to quickly fill in my brows. This is just like kind of a random NYX brow powder. I've had this for so long, but I actually really like it because it has kind of this more like darker brown shade and then a taupe shade, and I just kind of mix them together. I never use this like wax over here. It just kind of sits there, but I'm just going to use this powder. I find that on a daily basis, I can fill in my eyebrows quicker with a powder as opposed to like a pencil, and I actually prefer the way my eyebrows look when I do use like a pencil, but like I said, on a day-to-day basis, powder is just the easiest way for me to fill these bad boys in. I'm considering getting some microblading done on my brows. What are your guys' thoughts on it? I already have quite like dark brows naturally, but I do have a lot of kind of like sparse areas, and so I'm considering it. One of my girlfriends just started doing microblading, so I'm thinking of taking her up on her new business venture and seeing how I like it, but I don't know, I feel like it kind of stresses me out because eyebrows are such like an important thing on your face, and if they're looking kind of wonky, I feel like your entire face looks off. So I think I would, if I did it, I would just get them filled in super naturally, to the point where like I'd still actually probably want to fill them in slightly myself on days when I'm wearing like full-on makeup, but it might just be nice to have something for the times when I'm not wearing makeup and I'm just running out of the house or whatever. But anyways, have you guys had microblading? Let me know. I'm curious to know your thoughts on it. Alright, and for the eyes, I'm going to go back into that same bronzer. I just always use whatever bronzer I have used for the day, and I'm just going to put a little bit into my crease area with a big fluffy brush, which I actually kind of wish I would get out of this habit of using bronzer all the time, because I have so many great eyeshadows and nice eyeshadow palettes that I should be using, but I don't know, I really, really like the way that the whole kind of look comes together when I use the same shade, which is, I believe, why I do it. And also it's very convenient, let's face it. And while I have this open, I'm also going to just take a little pencil brush and put that on my lower lash line. For all over the lid, I'm going to be going in with this beautiful single eyeshadow from Maybelline. This is in the shade Nude Glow. I have been loving this. I actually have used the little sponge tip applicator a few times, but I find the easiest way is to just use my finger. This is the most beautiful kind of neutral rosy gold eyeshadow, and I just think that it gives the eyelids almost that like metallic kind of glossy effect without having to use Fix Plus or anything like that. A lot of you guys have mentioned another one of these single eyeshadows in the shade Nude Glow. No, this is Nude Glow. Glow Down or something. And you've all been saying that you absolutely love it. And I have been on the search for it, you guys. I've been trying to find it, but I haven't been seeing it anywhere yet in my local drugstores. So fingers crossed that comes over to Calgary soon. But yeah, I love, love, love this eyeshadow. It is such a little hidden gem at the drugstore. And I'm actually just taking a little bit of that to my inner corner just to brighten up that area. Next, I'm going to be taking this brown eyeliner. This is Hustle from Urban Decay, and I have been loving, loving, loving doing my liner like this rather than a liquid or something. I find that it's easier, but I also just like the way that it looks. It kind of looks more like natural and like smoky, and I haven't been just using this one. I've been using some days like purple or black or dark green, and I just think that this look, it goes with any eyeliner. And what I do is I just smudge it along my upper lash line. Not being like too precise or anything, just right along the top there. And then I take an angled brush and really like any dark brown or like corresponding eyeshadow to the eye pencil that you've used. I'm actually just going to use this dark brown shade from the contour kit because I just have it right here. And I am going with my little angled brush and I'm going along that entire eyeliner area. And I'm kind of smudging it upwards as I go. And I'm just making sure that that is pressed really nicely into the lash line and it doesn't have any sort of like defined edge. It just all kind of like blends together. And then after I'm done that, I'm just using the actual angle of the brush to create a little wing, but again, just very soft. I'm just gonna brush away that fallout there. And what I like about those Urban Decay eyeliners is that they don't dry down too quickly, so you don't have to work like overly fast. They stay quite creamy, but once you have a little bit of eyeshadow on top, they don't go anywhere. Alright, I'm going to put on a quick coat of mascara. This is the Grandiose one from Lancome. I have been using this one or the Urban Decay Perversion one all the time. I love both of these so much. I think that they are awesome mascaras, but today we are going to use the Lancome one. And then to finish off the lips, I'm going to use this Maybelline lip liner in 105 Nude Whisper. I find that a lip liner just really stays on my lips all day long. And honestly, when I am like out and about working all day, I really just stick to kind of like lip balm or like lip gloss or something. But I find this lip liner actually does last for hours, which is incredible. So I line my whole lips and then I actually fill them in too. And I find that it is not quite as drying as, say, a liquid lipstick, so it's still comfortable on the lips, which is so important for me. So I am going to use my little Lancome Juicy Shaker to finish it off. Alright you guys, that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did because it really helps me out. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing because it means so much to me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!